Alright, hello there guys, and welcome to what is probably going to be the first video of 2022. And boy, we're starting it off with a bang, even though I've had this machine for quite a bit of time. Mostly I've just been stuck because I couldn't edit because I didn't have enough room on my main editing machine. But by the time this video goes live, I will have more room and more space for activities. So let's get right into it. This is a 2008 Mac Pro, early 2008. And this is interesting because I've actually never had a Mac Pro before. This is my very first one. I knew I'd mess with one eventually, but, you know, this one just decided to hop into my lap. Actually, this was given to me by a kind gentleman named Garth Beagle, who I'm sure some of you know from hanging out in maybe Mac 84's live streams or on Twitter or something like that. Very, very kind gentleman. Gave me this, a couple of other things that will get their own videos in due time, but this is currently the subject because this is something I've been wanting to take a look at, and I finally got the means to get it up and running, and we're going to do a few other things with it in this video. So, this is why people hated the trash can Mac, because not only do you have a good number of I/O here in the back that you cannot see, now you can. We have all the USB, 2 FireWire ports, one 400, one 800, dual optical audios in and out. Pretty interesting. Sound input, sound output, and 2 Ethernet ports. We also have this very nice latch that just allows us to lift this door off, and then we can see inside of the machine. And one of the things that this machine did not come with was a video card. Thankfully, due to another friend of mine who had one, Noah, who you guys should probably know by now, at least if you've been here for a bit, he actually had a spare video card for a Mac Pro, and I put it in, and it's been great. I had to buy a cable for it, but that was cheap, like $5. Also got 2 hard drives here, and those just pull right out on these little sleds. And that's why people hated the trash can MacBook, or I'm going to say MacBook Pro when I mean to say Mac Pro a lot, because, again, I haven't had one of these, so I'm getting used to kind of saying these things, but that's one of the reasons people hated them, because you had no internal expansion whatsoever for the most part. I mean, you had RAM, but that was about it. We have the 8800 GT, I believe, and then the RAM, since I just mentioned that. Here on the G5, which used the same case design, these were where the CPU was. In this model, this is where the RAM card is, and them some chunky bits of RAM. These are fully buffered DIMMs, and there's just, look at how thick those damn modules are. Holy moly. And they just come out on their own little sleds here and go right back in. They give you these little things to grab onto here. You can have 2 more in here, but I'm pretty sure this RAM is really expensive, so I'm happy with what it has. It has about 10 gigs of RAM, and one of the biggest perplexions of this machine, as I throw out my back trying to rotate it around, is the optical drive. Pull it out. Whether it wants to come out is another matter entirely. There's our kind of thin bit here. But as we can see here, these are SATA hard drives. So this machine is SATA native, but as we can see here, that is not SATA. So there were multiple ways of going about this, and one, I could get a SATA optical drive and bridge it with a bridge board to IDE and just connect it that way. Or, because Apple thought about this but clearly did not want to go through with it, we can get some of these drive destroyers here and some SATA cables. And there's actually 2 SATA ports under this cover here that go right up into the optical drive area once you put a cable on them, and we can adapt these cables here to just plug right into our drives. So I do have quite a few optical drives. I'm not sure if I want to put more than one in here. I may just do it while I'm in here, but yeah, we can see there's a cable channel right in here somewhere that you guys can't see, but we're gonna go ahead and just use that to run some cables. And I do believe if I can open these up, pair of scissors right here, why not use them? Oh my, they are dull. They do nothing. Let's just rip these open though, and just untwist these boys. Yeah, I think that'll easily be enough length. And I believe you have to use right angle ones. I hope these are the right ones. I mean, it'll fit at least one, but we're gonna go for two. So that way I don't have to get back in here again to do this. So I'm not gonna go through the whole thing with you guys. It's just kind of a video for entertainment purposes. But there are two screws. I think there's one down in here, and then there's one over here somewhere that has to come out. I think I'm gonna have to get the graphics card out, which is gonna suck. This thing did not want to go in properly. No, the lock just is broken, as we can see. Here's our GPU cable, and there's our 8800 GT. I may take this apart and repaste it while I have it out here. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing off here and get these out of the way, because I know they're gonna get in the way. And yeah, I can see one of the screws down in there, and then the other one, I think, behind this cover. Okay, now unfortunately I'm gonna need a tool with some reach. Thankfully I have this handy dandy screwdriver with a retractable tip, and this from my old iFixit kit, which I'm not sure why they didn't put this in the new Manta kits, because this is really necessary for some things and allows you to get right in there perfectly fine. It's a little flexible too. iFixit, I mean, they make good tools, but would it have killed them to put this little extendable tip in there? Like, really? Alright, well here's the interior of the Mac Pro. We're going shaky cam mode so I can show you. Here's our SATA ports right there that we need. We got a big honking capacitor next to them too, so if this doesn't exactly fit, we're going to be in a little bit of trouble. So yeah, let's go ahead and see if we can connect something up to that. So I have the camera dangling very precariously above this, and this isn't looking good. The reason I say that is because it just does not feel like it's... This thing shakes good enough, this will just fall right out. So I'm gonna have to think of something here to tape onto this, but it's not looking good for us wanting to put two different drives in here. Or maybe, you know what? Where's our fan assembly? Using a straight connector might actually be better for this, because it might actually hold it in better. Because these right angle connectors aren't holding on very well. So I'm going to try that out and see if it works. Alright, oh me, oh my, what a nightmare that ended up becoming, because, like, I had to turn the camera off to concentrate, because, man, it was putting up a hell of a fight. It turns out, these SATA cables are not very good. They didn't want to hold in properly, and I had to use some other ones with more friction, but they weren't right angle. So I ended up having to bend them quite a bit to get them to fit, but they fit. This went back down perfectly fine, and hopefully, when we fire this thing back up, me having just realized I forgot to put the stupid thing back on, but we're just gonna fire it up to see if it works, and I'll put this back on later, I guess. Let's go ahead and just plug this bad boy back in. I guess we're gonna fire it up. Alright, well, we're booted up, and nothing went bang, pop, or hiss, so let's see. Got this Mac. I'm running LCAP on this thing, so let's go to System Reports. And disk burning. It does see it. Sweet. Alright, I see the eject up there, so... Sweet. It works. Now the ultimate test. Can it read my Snow Leopard DVD? I hear it trying. Seems to be reading. These dual layer DVDs are kind of crap, so I do expect it to take a minute to load them up. It's trying. Oh, there we go. Alright. Let's do one final test and see if it'll boot. I guess Apple knows better because... oh wait, never mind. I have to click the lock. Shouldn't have a password on this. And we're just gonna restart. Alright, well, it is booted, and I can tell because, I can hear the machine kind of reacting. However, it is remaining convinced that it can push 75 Hz to this monitor. I'm not sure why, but it does. So I'm just gonna have to mercy kill this thing and reboot it, and hope I can get the disk out before it boots. And yeah, so let's go ahead and do that real quick. Alright, it's on. Gonna hold the mouse down. Should kick the CD right out, or it's going to completely ignore what I just did and just try to boot off it again anyway. Good job. Good job. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up because we know it works, so the conversion was a success. Good Mac Pro. Except when you ignore me.